Good morning, students. Welcome back to English session. The poem Lochinvar. Who is Lochinvar? Lochinvar is the young warrior from Scotland. This poem is of love and war. So, Lochinvar is a brave knight and he comes to Netherby Hall in North England to woo, to win his beloved Ellen, whose wedding ceremony was going on in the nearby hall. And the all relatives, her brothers, her parents, her cousins, kids and kins, or you can say kinsmen, all have gathered there. So, young Lochinvar is very determined one. In the earlier stanzas, we have discussed how difficult it was for him to come to Netherby Hall, and he came all alone. He swam the Iski River. He made his way through stones, thorns, and ultimately he got down from his horse. When he reached Netherby Hall, he entered in such a way that the gathering or the people were astonished to see him all alone. And her father challenged him. Ellen's father asked him whether he had come there to make peace or to have a battle or dance in the party. Then he said, just I have come here to dance in the party. Right? And then he told her father that I love your daughter, but you refused my proposal, and I am heartbroken, and I have come here to just dance, right? And then Ellen realized her mistake. She kissed the goblet and gave to him. He drank it through the cup, and she was little upset. The mixed feeling of happiness and sorrow is there. Sorrow for the condition of her lover, and happiness for seeing him once again. And then he asked her to have a dance, and they had a dance that was very elegant, that was very stately, and she was such a beautiful lady, and he was such a brave and strong young youth, you can say. The mother started worrying and the father expressed his anger, but the helpless bridegroom did not do anything. He did not utter a word, isn't it? And meanwhile, the maidens, the cousins of Ellen, they suggested that they started muttering, whispering that Lochinvar is the best match, best suit for their cousin Ellen, because he is brave, not only brave but also handsome, right, and determined, elegant, graceful, you can say. So we have completed the first 6 stanzas, and only the last 2 stanzas are remain. Today we'll discuss them. We'll also discuss the questions, right? So let me read the 7th stanza, second last. One touch to her hand and one word in her ear. When they reached the hall door and the charger stood near. Children, I tell you that they are engaged in dancing. Meanwhile, Lochinvar tried to win her again, once again. And one touch to her hand, he touched her hand, he held her hand tightly, and one word in her ear. What word that must be? Can you guess what word he uttered in her ear? He might have uttered her, he might have compelled her to run with him. And only one word he spoke in her ear. Nobody heard that word except Ellen. When they reached the hall door, which hall? Netherby Hall. The charger stood there. Charger means not your mobile charger. Huh? Charger means the horse used in battle. This is charger. Understood now? Then who was ready there? Because these horses are well trained. When they smell their master, they are ready. They know that once the master comes, mounts on them, they have to run, right? So the charger stood near and nobody knew what's happening. People are just wondered that they are dancing, they are all watching them. Nobody ever guessed that Ellen would run away with him, because her father also was sure that Ellen is ready for the marriage, and so the marriage will take place. But what's going on in the mind of Lochinvar and Ellen, nobody could guess it, nobody could predict it. So light to the crop. What do you mean by crop? Saddle. The fair lady, he swung. He swung means he swing. He lifted her. He is very strong and sturdy, and she is very delicate. She is very lightweighted. He just lifted her and put her on the horse. Swung means he gave a jerk, or you can say he just pushed her towards the horse, or he made her to sit on the horse back. Croup means behind the saddle. Saddle, that is a raised, what you can say, a raised part of the on the back of the animals, like horse or buffalo, you can say. Right? Saddle. Right? No, sorry, saddle. Saddle is used for sitting on the horse, right? Just behind the saddle, just behind the saddle. The fair lady has swung. Who is the fair lady? The fair lady is nobody else than none other than Ellen. So light to the saddle before her he sprung, and he also is very active. He also jumped on the horse. Before anybody could understand, both of them jumped on the horse. She's won. We are gone. Over bank, bush, and scar. They will have fleet steeds that follow. Quoth young Lochinvar. Young Lochinvar said to himself, or he might have shouted in hooray, or you can say in victory. She's won. We are gone. What words he is saying? She's won. I have won her. And we are going. We are gone means here we are going. Right, over bank of the river. What is that? Bush and scar. Scar means rock. And he is saying that yes, we are going through the river bank, we are going through the bush, we are going on the steep rocks. Scar means steep, very steep rock, rocky mountain. Right, the horses were well trained in climbing the mountains. Your common horses cannot do that, isn't it? So they'll have fleet steeds that follow. Fleet means swift horses. And why is he in a hurry? Because he does not want that somebody should chase him, follow him. Right? The swift means very fast horses. Steed means horse used in the battle, and fleet means very swift, very fast. Those who are running very fast. And he is sure that the enemy will follow him, the enemy will chase him through the river, through the bush, through the mountain. So he is making his way very fast. Quoth young Lochinvar, he said to himself. And then what happens? Children, just imagine the scene. The people are already surprised. They are watching the dance. Ellen has given her permission for the dance, and since Lochinvar said that I have just come here to dance and drink a wine and then I will go. So everybody thought that let him dance, let him fulfill his final wish, then he will go and then everything will be clear and the marriage will take place. But actually nobody knew what was going to happen. Lochinvar, who conquered his beloved again, once again, and they went to the door, he whispered something in her ears, and she realized that this is the right time to run away, to elope with him. E-L-O-P. Elope means run away, right, permanently. And then when they reached the door, they made such a fast action that nobody ever realized what's actually happening. And he just healed the horse, and the horse took its greatest speed, and they disappeared, they vanished. There was mounting among Grammys of the Netherby clan. Grammys means there are so many kings, right, my dear friends. Grammys fosters Fenwicks, Musgraves. These are the names of the various clans supporting the Lord of the Netherby clan. Actually, there are so many other prince, or you can say kings, are there who have attended the wedding ceremony. But now, what do they do? The Gremis is one of the clan in history we have studied a race, right, of the king, and they Netherby clan, those who are supporting the Netherby clan, Fosters, Fenwicks and Musgraves. They rode and they ran. Everybody is after. In the picture you can see, my dear friends, right? In the picture you can see clearly. Everybody is running after the couple. In the picture, horse is running here. You can see, and behind who are running there? They are the other kingdoms, or you can say who are their names? Grahames, Fosters, Fenwicks and Musgraves. They rode. Rode is the past tense of ride. They are running after Lochinvar and young Ellen. And they ran. Some are running, some are chasing on horse, some are running through bush by shortcuts. Just imagine the scene. It's not that easy for him to run away, because there will be hundreds, thousands, you can say thousands of people would be there who would be chasing him, and running, escaping from them is not an easy task, isn't it? Let us see what happens to him. There was racing and chasing on Kenobi Lee. Kenobi Lee. What was there? There was racing and chasing on Kenobi Lee. Kenobi Lee is the name of the place, right? Everybody is race. There is a race and there is a chase on Kenobi Lee. But the lost bride of Netherby never did they see. Actually, they have lost the bride. What's the name of the bride? Ellen, permanently, and they did not see Ellen because Lochinvar was such a agile, you can say, such a faster warrior that he disappeared. Nobody could find him after that. They never found Ellen again. So permanently he took her with him. So daring in love and so dauntless in war. Already we have discussed about Lochinvar. How is Lochinvar? He is so daring in love and so dauntless in war. Have you ever heard of gallant like young Lochinvar? The poet is asking, have you ever heard about such a knight? When you read the story of Lochinvar, when you read the poem, did you come to know such gallant warrior anywhere on the earth? So the poet is sure that there shouldn't be any warrior as brave as dauntless as faithful as Lochinvar is. So what are the qualities of Lochinvar you studied? He is very daring in love, he is very dauntless in war, he is very determined, he is graceful, he is stately in his form, and he is very gallant. He is a good dancer, you can say. And he is determined, he is confident, right? And he is very intelligent, you can say, because the way he dealt the situation that shows that he is really intelligent. This is the story of Lochinvar. This is the poem Lochinvar, isn't it, friends? I'll just orally discuss the questions. Some students say that, sir, it is very difficult to find the answers of the questions, but as I explained everything in detail, I don't think that it will be difficult for you to find out the answers. Right? First question, page number 106. Who was Lochinvar? Lochin was the brave knight of Scotland. Right? Knigst. Why did he ride to Netherby Hall? He rode to Netherby Hall to win his beloved Ellen. To conquer his, not conquer actually, to woo, W-O-O, woo word is correct word. To woo his beloved, B-E-L-O-V-E-D, Ellen. Second, what qualities of Lochinvar are highlighted in the first stanza? First stanza, what are the qualities highlighted? In the first stanza, he is very faithful, dauntless, right? And gallant, brave. These three qualities are mentioned here, isn't it? Three qualities: brave, faithful, and determined. Lochinvar rode the horse passionately to meet Ellen. Passionately means with full of passion, right? Excitedly. What actions in lines 7 and 8 reveal his hurried movements? 7 and 8, what words tell us that he is very much excited to meet, right? So the words stayed not for break and stopped not for stone, swam the Eske river, where ford there was none. These two lines, right? So which words tell us strayed, swam, and stopped not? Strayed not, stopped not, and swam. These three words, right, tell us his movement, very fast movement, isn't it? What qualities of the bridegroom are listed in stanza second? Bridegroom. Bridegroom means the person whom Ellen was going to marry, and his qualities are laggard in love and dastard in war. Right? He's a laggard means you can write a very timid person, is lagging behind, is immature in love and very coward in war. Is totally contrast to Lochinvar. You can write that. He is totally contrast to Lochinvar. Next. What evidence is there in stanza third to show that the bridegroom was a coward? Right? In stanza third, how do you know that he was very coward? Because the line you can see, third last line of stanza third, in bracket, for the poor craven bridegroom said never a word. Craven means he was very much afraid, he was cowardly, he was fearful. So this line shows that he was, that is the evidence, right? He did not speak a word. When Lochinvar came there, he did not speak a word, isn't it? Sixth question. How did the bride's father receive Lochinvar and what did he ask him? How did he receive him? So bride's father, he was upset. He did not welcome Lochinvar, right? And he asked him whether he has come to make peace or to have a battle with him or to dance at the wedding ceremony, right? In this manner he welcomed him. What answer did Lochinvar gave the bride's father? So what answer he gave? He gave the answer to his father that he loved his daughter, but he did not accept his proposal, and because of that his heart is broken, is swollen like the Solway river, and it is ebbing like its tide. And he has come there just to drink one cup of wine and have a dance with Ellen. Is that clear? Next. What was the impression of the bride maidens about the pair Lochinvar and Ellen? Everybody was impressed by their elegant and graceful dance. They all were impressed by Lochinvar's stately form and her lovely face, her beautiful face. And they whispered that Lochinvar can be the better suit for Ellen than the bridegroom. That was the impression, isn't it? Then, what quality of, sorry, eighth question, what quality of love is highlighted by Lochinvar when he says, love swells like Solway but ebbs like, He's actually his love lord, LOVLORN, or disappointed in love, failed in love. Does this truly reflect Lochinvar's love for Ellen? Absolutely, it reflects his love for Lochinvar. If not, why does Lochinvar tell him what is not true? If he says that, sorry, this does not reflect his love. He says that his love has died like the ebb of the river, because earlier the river Solway was swelling and his love also swelled earlier, but now the love is like a tide that ebbs and his love is died actually. Huh? Okay. What other lies does Lochinvar tell Ellen's father? What are the other lies? He tells, the lie he tells her that there are many beautiful women in Scotland who are ready to marry him, right? And still he loved her. That was the lie he told her father, right? Why he told that? Do you know that? He told there are maidens in Scotland more lovely, there are more beautiful women in Scotland than Ellen, right? And they would be gladly ready to marry him. Actually, this is not true. She is the most beautiful woman for Lochinvar, but he has to tell the lie to impress his father-in-law. I mean Ellen's father, isn't it? Then next. How did Ellen express her love towards Lochinvar? Ellen kissed the goblet of wine and she handed it to Lochinvar. She looked down to blush and looked up to sigh. Right? There was a smile on her lips and tear in her eye, and she was ready to dance with him. In this manner, she expressed her love towards Lochinvar. What was the impression of the bride maidens about the pair Lochinvar and Ellen? I already discussed that 11th question. The bride maidens thought that Lochinvar was the better suit for their cousin Ellen than the bridegroom, because he was fearless and he was very faithful in love, isn't it? So what mixed feelings are brought out in stanza 5th? The mixed feelings of happiness and sorrow are brought together because Ellen is feeling extremely sorry for the condition of her lover. At the same time, she is very much excited to have a dance with him. What clues of his plan does Lochinvar give Ellen? Lochinvar whispers in her ear when they go to the door. He tells her the plans and they immediately act upon it, and they jump on their horses and they run away. Right? What brings a smile on Ellen's face? What brings smile? Meeting with Lochinvar after a long time brings smile on her face. Why does she shed a tear? She sheds a tear because she could not tolerate, she could not see her lover in pain or trouble the way he expressed his love, right? That showed that he was really lovelorn or he was heartbroken. Pick out all the adjectives that describe Lochinvar. I told you, faithful, galliard, right? Dauntless. Any other things are there that you can say? Bold, right? Unarmed. So these are the words that tell about the quality of Lochinvar. Gallant, right? Dauntless, daring, yeah, stately. That is also an adjective. Yeah. So close studies there. Read the following extracts carefully, discuss in pairs, and then answer the questions given below. Love swells like the Solway but ebbs like its day. What is Solway? Solway is a river, right? That separates England from Scotland. Spring tides in the river Solway are believed to be especially powerful. What does Lochinvar speak this line to? He speaks this line to who does? Sorry, to Ellen's father. What is the figure of speech used here? Love swells like word is used means it is simile, isn't it? Explain the figure of speech. Here here his love is compared with the river Solway that swells and ebbs, right? Then spoke the bride's father, his hand on his sword. For the poor craven bridegroom said never a word. What did the bride's father speak? The bride's father told him, asked him whether he had come to make a peace or to fight a battle with him or to dance in the wedding ceremony. Why did he keep his hand on his sword? Because it was just an alarm for him to be careful, to be in his limits, right? It was just an alarm. It was just a, you can say, a signal for him. Why didn't the bridegroom say even a word? Because he was coward. He was very much afraid of Lochinvar, and he was already a very coward person. So these questions you attempt yourself. Activities are also there. Pick out all the words, groups, words, lines. That's it. So we'll stop here, read the poem once again, isn't it? And attempt all the question answers. Already I have discussed here, already I have discussed every stanza in detail. So read the poem again, watch the videos, and complete your task. Thank you for watching the video. Okay, have a good day.